Okay, so season 10 is a interesting season. There was no real big bad of the season, except for Demon Dean. This season, I actually like. The more I rewatch season 10, the more I like it, because it's just a bunch of small stories containing a 23 episode season, which I get if some people don't like, but I like the fact that, well, sadly, Demon Dean was dealt with only 3 episodes, but after that, the only like overarching sort of narrative is how to get the mark off of him and him struggling to live with it. But other than that, there's like a bunch of, like, Cassidy has a small story, Curly has a small story, Charlie even comes in, has a story of Sam, Dean, I guess he's kind of a bigger story, but yeah, it's a really interesting season. So we started with Sam and Cass both hurt. Gas is slowly dying because his grace is fading away, while Sam broke his arm. Jared Padalecki in real life broke his arm while wrestling someone, or something happened where he had to wear like an arm to shoulder brace or whatever. So yeah, they're obviously looking for Dean. Carly and Dean are just traveling around the world, having the time of their lives. Dean is singing karaoke, sleeping with chicks, whatnot. Demon Dean's cool. Like, he's very confident and arrogant and just kind of an asshole. Like, he's fun. He's fun. Well, that's something. There's this Cole guy with his family where he's looking for Dean, specifically Dean, because we'll find out later. I'll find out later because this Cole guy gets to Sam, leading to the next episode. Tells the story of how back in 2003, I think, a young Dean Winchester came in and killed his father. Now, he was just a kid. He just thought, Dean just came to his house and killed his father for no reason. But know what Dean does? Probably a monster. But yeah, he doesn't believe in monsters. He's a military trained, marine trained. He's trained this for his whole life. This sort of vendetta and this vengeance towards Dean and whatnot. So he lets Sam go so he can follow him. And then Dean and Crowley, they kind of have a breakup where Crowley doesn't ask them to choose a bloody side. He's sort of playing both good sides and not. Apparently, there's a gray area. So he pushes the King of Hell down. All the demons kind of smirking. Not smirking, but like, wow, the King of Hell just got pushed around like a little bit by your boy Demon Dean. So Dean leaves off the mark. Sam meets him. They talk about the whole leave me alone. He's never gonna give up. Cole comes in. Dean just whooped Cole's ass. Cole had one slash on his face, but that's near the end. The whole fight, he's just kicking this dude's ass. He's looking like a sort of loser. And then Dean reveals to him he's a demon. Sam has him in cuffs, and then they go to the bunker. So Sam's trying to figure out how to purify Dean from within inside. So he's taking human blood instead by a priest or whatever, right? And he's like slowly injecting him with human blood, just like he did with Crowley. They bring that back, right? When he did the trials, he's basically doing that to Dean, so he can slowly purify him. While that's happening, Cass and Anna are still doing their adventures, talking about Cass's grace slowly fading away. Crowley's sitting in his throne, just thinking about all the fun times he's had with Dean and how he misses it. Why this is because it's probably the human blood that he's addicted to. He sort of have this edge to him. We were first introduced, but with the whole demon blood and just wanting to hang out with Dean Winchester, he's a changed man. And it's also revealed that Sam did some things to find Dean. He had a guy sell his soul for basically no reason, so that he could find his brother and Crowley. And then Dean just picks up a whole bunch of old shit, like their father being just kind of a dick, egging Sam on. While Sam goes away, he gets caught from Cass. Turns out Dean's gone from the chair because he's slowly becoming more human. So all of the devil's trap didn't really work, even though he's still a demon. He's slowly becoming human. They go around the bunker like it's The Shining. Dean is Jack and Nicholson, and Sam is the wife. And then they eventually meet each other. Sam has the opportunity to kill Dean. Dean even lets him, but then Cass comes in to the rescue just in time. He got some grace back due to Crowley helping him and Hannah kill this angel while filling her grace, feeding it to Cass, and that's how he got to Sam and Dean in time. And then we see Dean open his eyes, the black purifying going away, and Dean's back to normal, which is good. But also in terms of the narrative and watching the show as a fan, 3 episodes, that kind of sucks. Episode 5 is the 200th episode, which is a great feat for the show, because Eric Kripke back in the day thought it would last like only a couple seasons, but look at it now, 15 seasons, and he's gonna get into 300 episodes. But this is episode 5, season 10, the 200th episode. So what did it do for the occasion? They did a musical about the show itself, so it's about the Winchester story. So then what's also cool is that we get all the different title cards from the past seasons. So there's like this light up Broadway thing, and then it goes season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of the special ones, the wedding one and the monster one. That was really cool. I hope they do that for the final season, because that'd be really cool. I love my title card. But yeah, they're going to this all girls school. They start singing about their mother and themselves. It's awesome scene. Dean even says to both the girls, if they were gonna be singing, it would be classic rock, not this crap. They even make fun of the whole Destiel thing, all of the subtext thing, because a majority of Supernatural fans are the female, demographic. There's surprisingly a lot more females watching the show, and I'm one of the few males that are, just watching the show. And then they figure out it's Calliope. Calliope, I think, is a monster sister that carries off the stories and screenplays, and then she finally got to Supernatural. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. There's even the scene where the writers even make fun of themselves for kind of their bad writing. More specifically, season 7 and the first half of season 8. That's my only complaint, because those were some dumb decisions. And god damn it, they're outside mowing the goddamn lawn. It's gonna be. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick that up. It's just outside my window. Hopefully. Anyways, but yeah, as they all say, the show must go on, so they have to, actually do this musical thing in order to kill Calliope and start to play out. So we get to the songs. I like most of the songs. Single Man Tear, the beginning one that they hear when they first get to the school, and then they even do a rendition of Carry On My Wayward Son, which is awesome. Calliope Wood guy gets Sam, he's in there, and then the actual true form of a woman shows up. Talks about how Supernatural's perfect story. Got family, horror, everything basically. And then Sam and girl Sam both kill them, and then it explodes. There's this guy in a poncho, and he's the first one to stand up and just laugh. It's hilarious. They even give back Dean the whole prop amulet, because it was thrown away back in season 5. It was up to interpretation whether Sam got it or not, but Sam probably didn't. And then they sing Carry On My Wayward Son, which it's great. It's a different version, different remix. It's awesome. Then in the end scene, your boy Chuck is back. What is he now? Why has he shown up like 5 years later? We will find that out next season, because he's not gonna return this season. Rowena's introduced in episode 7. Cole's back. Cole basically, near the end, Cole and Dean have a talk about how Cole can still be saved and how he basically can be. He knows how his story ends. And then this Rowena chick, this this redhead, is a witch, a very old witch who's going around causing chaos. And then when she gets captured by demons, turns out this is Crowley's mother, and like she left him years ago, like 300 years ago, whatnot. So at first I was like, why are we focusing on so much on this character? Because last episode 6, the end scene was her just setting up. But like, okay, she must be important. Turns out she's Crowley's mother, so that makes sense. Mid-season episode 9 and 10. I'll be honest, I forgot about these. Season 4, season 10, I forget about the mid-season finales. I'm not gonna lie. They're not bad. I just forget about them. I don't know why I don't remember them. I remember the season 1, obviously. I remember season 2. I remember season 3. Well, 3 didn't really have one, but it was like Christmas, and then it was either the Christmas episode and then episode 9 or 10. Either one of those two. But I remember that because it was a long break because of the writer's strike. But I don't know. I just forgot about this one. Anyways, Claire is back. The little girl. Nope. Jimmy Novak's daughter. So I forgot about Hannah in episode 7. The woman that she's possessing, her husband comes to her, is like, he's Mr. Give her calls. And then Anna is one of the few angels that actually feels empathy for this, just like Castiel and Anna. So she leaves so that human host can go back to her husband. And with that, Cass takes initiative to go take responsibility and find, Jimmy Novak's daughter, the guy he's possessing, kind of ruined his life. Insane ward building or whatever. Cass goes to her. They have a talk. Turns out she really doesn't want to see him. Sure, has a family around. She bails on him. And it's funny too. He calls the brothers for this. Like, he needs like parenting skills and help or whatnot, which the brothers are horrible at. Because, well, Dean had Ben and Lisa, I guess Sam. Nah, never mind. I lied. Sam had Jess and dogs. Dean had Lisa and Ben and his father. Whatever. But still, they're not the people that I'll call. This new family is just using Claire. However, Claire just doesn't see that, because all she sees is that this family, specifically the old guy, has been there for her in hard times. And she's very impressionable. She's young, so it's been what, 5 years? Yeah. So she must be like 14. No idea how old she, but she's young. She tells him to go rob because he owes some money to some people. When she's about to go rob and kill a person, Cass and the brothers are there to stop. She complains about how Cass basically did ruin her life. Her father, her family, they were all together, and all ruined because of angels and the apocalypse. They all go to the house where they meet a bunch of guys trying to kill his family. They kill the old guy that tells her to go rob her so-called brother. They get Claire out. Cass and Sam get Claire out. Dean is still in the house being messed up by one of the dudes. Bottle breaks over his head. That triggers the mark, or that triggers his urge to kill. And then while this episode's happening, Dean's having visions of or dreams of this alternate version of himself killing in this black and white filter, the knife from work on his hand. Same thing's happening here, but just in present time. He has a knife in his hand. He killed everyone. Everyone is dead. And then Claire, Sam, and Cass, they go back. And Sam asks him, you had basically one of the hopes that he had to do this, and it wasn't just the mark. And Dean's struggling. And then episode 10, we get more of Claire, just kind of more of that rebellious teen angst towards Cass, because he looks like Cass looks like her father. Father isn't coming back, so she's basically a runaway. And she actually goes to this another person, or these two are just using her. And then the brothers and Cass go to their stop, and sort of the story doesn't stop here. Cass eventually lets Claire go, and then he is worried for her, but he has to let her go. She does want him. And then while that's happening, happening, the brothers and Cass, they have a plan to get Metatron out. Not out, but they want to ask him questions on how to get rid of the mark. This whole time, Metatron's just kind of stalling time to get out. He may or may not be telling the truth about how to get rid of the mark. And then, guess what? They leave him and Metatron alone, and Dean goes in on him. He almost kills him. Tells him what is the next step. Sasha beats him up. Cass comes in, breaks the door, and they have to go back to heaven. And then, yeah, sort of, I guess, starting the second half, because the first half was just kind of like, is he gonna turn the demon or not? But now we know in the second half, we need to look for something, some spell, an old book, something to get rid of this mark. And so I guess that's kind of slow, kinda, but I didn't mind it because there were the first three, the 200th episode, the Rowena introduction. We have Jodie and Donna, buddy cop duo. I guess the only episodes are 4 and 6. Those are okay, but still exciting. 14, Kane is back. I like this character. He's only in 2 episodes, sadly, including this episode. And just the way he looks, the way he talks, the actor that they got, I like this character. I really do. So he's been busy since Abaddon sent his demon towards him. He has the urge to kill again because he killed all those demons. So he has the mentality of your boy Thanos, where he's gonna do genocide, including human beings. He's gonna kill people who have the same names or just something like that. Him and Cassie have a confrontation talking about the world would be more better if there was less Leons or Kevins and whatnot. He's doing genocide. So the brothers have a plan to stop him. They even call Carly because they need the blade. However, they lied to him about him being on Kane's list. They trap him. Dean comes in with the mark. They start fighting. First of all, it is kind of funny how Kane, they're like fighting each other, and Kane decides not to kill him, but says a speech to him. He's gonna continue talking. Even in the bloopers, the actor's like, I'm still gonna keep talking. Like, I should have just stabbed him. But anyways, here he explains that it's ironic because Dean is living his life in the reverse. Kane's story ended killing his brother, or his story began killing his brother, and that's where Dean's story is gonna end, with him killing Sam. At first, Kane explains he's gonna kill Crowley. Dean's gonna have some mixed feelings about that, but he's gonna be okay with it. In the Cass, he's going to kill Cass. That one's gonna hurt. And they envision to his brother. And while he's giving his whole speech, cuts King's hands off, gets the mark, tells him that he needs to stop. He doesn't want to do this. Dean really does not want to do this, but Kane's like, he can't be stopped. He's a monster. And then kills Kane. It's kind of like a season 5 where everyone at the Angels or Michael kept telling him that you can't escape your destiny. This is kind of what's happening. Not to that extent, but like, this is where you're gonna head. This is what's gonna happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, they don't give Crowley the mark back. Crowley goes away. Tries to be manipulated by her mother. His mother, by the way, has just been messing with him. It's his mother. Why is she doing all this? She must have this strong hatred towards her son for some reason. Episode 14. Episode 17. Bobby's back. He's up in heaven, living life, just drinking. He's retired. And Sam just has to come back and bother him. Try to figure a way out. So, again, same plan, get Metatron. However, when they do get him out, he actually lies. Lies to the fact that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's an old trick, old magic, old Lucifer magic. So, instead of killing him, he didn't lie about Cassiel's grace. He's going to give him his grace. So, again, while that's happening, Rowena tries to go kill Dean Winchester. She does the whole crazy high thing to what she did to the girls back in episode 7. She tries to put a spell on him, but doesn't work. Reveals to Dean catching up that this is Crowley's mother. She goes back to hell, talks to Crowley about Dean can be killed. The mark is just preventing him from dying. And his mother said that it's just a curse. It can be removed, and it can be. But yeah, she even beats herself up lying to Crowley, saying that Dean did this. Crowley goes to the bar. Instead of fighting, they just talk, just like old times at the beginning of the season. Talk about how Crowley's lost his edge, how they can remove the mark, but they just don't know how to. Dean has this like, oh, you can, but again, it's old magic. Crowley doesn't give him an answer. He starts losing faith again. So yeah, and it tells her that his mother's been lying. She isn't the family. She's manipulating him. And then that's what gets Crowley to kick her out. He's kicked out, and Cass and Metatron on a road trip, while Sam gets a note from Bobby talking about how he doesn't know what's going on, but you should be lying to your brother, which the brothers have been lying to each other in season 3 or 4, so it's nothing new. But yeah, I think the angels get to him. They're gonna do something with him, either like torture him or something. He broke the rules, right, of heaven. And yeah, it's a heartfelt Bobby sort of letter. It was a cool way to bring Bobby back instead of actually bring him back. And yeah, it's always good seeing Bobby. 18. Charlie's back. She found, so in episode 11, it took him 7 episodes, Sam found this book called the Book of the Damned, where it can do or undo any sort of spells. And Charlie found it. However, this book belongs to this family called the Stein family, or as I like to call them, the Frankenstein. Would have been cool to have a whole season with Frankenstein. I know that they kind of did that with the Leviathans, but they were kind of boring. But yeah, she's been one of these freaks. It's a whole family. Dean and Sam, they eventually meet them. They get the book, the big ass book. They supposedly burn it because, their lives are on stake, including Charlie's. They need to burn it so this family doesn't come towards them anymore. However, Sam, of course, your boy Sam is lying. He's not gonna give up. but Dean has. So who does he call? Rowena. She comes back into the mix. She's supposedly the most powerful witch. She can figure out how to undo the mark and have to be normal and whatnot. Also, why did they introduce the Stein family early on? Alright, I really like the Frankenstein. So why wasn't this introduced later on? God damn, that sucks. Anyways, yeah, 21. This is a sad episode, huh? This is where your girl Charlie dies, sadly. Now I know a lot of fan bases are pissed off, rightfully so. However, I kind of saw this as a catalyst to Dean embracing the mark. Yes, did Charlie have to die for that? I don't know, but with her dying, because there's a reason why there has to be some sort of reason as to why characters need to die. For like in Walking Dead, the season 7 finale premiere, Slen died in order to elevate Maggie up to becoming a leader and whatnot. Abraham did, was just kind of shocked there. But so with Charlie dying, it was a catalyst to Dean embracing them. I know a lot of other families don't like that, but it's like they had to find some way, right? So it is kind of, oh shit, it came out of nowhere, but it did become a catalyst for Dean. 22 is awesome. I don't think this is the best penultimate episode. I think in the next season it has the best penultimate episode where Dean is going around and killing every one of the Stein family. First they capture him, thinking they could kill him, but no, he gets up, kills the father, kills everyone. It's like a whole family, supposedly, who existed, by the way, eon, like years ago, even though we've never heard of them. That's just story / TV, movie, BS, whatever. That's how they're introduced and whatnot. Kills every one of them. Sam asks his cast to go and track Dean, and then he eventually gets to the bunker where 2 members are remaining left. Kills the older guy, but there's this kid, by the way, who doesn't want to be in this family. He's actually a normal kid. He doesn't want to be family because they're insane. However, Dean being Dean, and with him embracing the mark, he just goes ahead and kills the kid. And then Cassio gets there, almost kills Cass, right? Kill with what King's saying what is true. Where he's gonna slowly kill everyone close to him. He doesn't. He kills Cass. And Cass has Grace back. I completely forgot about that back in episode 18. He has Grace back. So yeah, that's totally not irrelevant to this finale. Cool finale. It's pretty good. You know what? I would say it's a solid finale. I want to say it's up there, but it's pretty good. So Dean just kind of running out of options because he starts seeing Cass and everyone in the mirrors bloodied up. He starts getting angry like he usually does, which makes sense, by the way, because him having the mark makes sense. He's already such kind of an aggressive person. That makes sense for him to get the mark and be this aggressive and sort of tight or something. I don't know. It makes sense for him, from a creative and writer's perspective, for him to have the mark. And Dean calls for death, gives him all the food and whatnot, tells him to kill him. However, the mark keeps Dean alive, so then he has Death to remove it. However, then Death explains that he either needs to get someone who would be able to hold the mark, or else he would be unleashed this thing called the darkness that God locked away eons ago. Tells him a story how God entrusts this mark to Lucifer, and then Lucifer passed it on to Cain, which then Cain passed it on to Dean. And so you have to pass it on to another person unless you just want to free the darkness. While that's happening, Rowena, Charlie, and Cass are looking for ways to finish the spell. And then the one main ingredient is finding someone Rowena loves, and Charlie does find there's one little boy who's immortal because she had a fond love for this little boy when she was younger. So she has to kill him. Sadly, blood drips into the bowl. There's this burst of white light or something goes out, and then Sam finds Dean, tells him that because of the mark and because Cain and Abel they're forced to kill each other. God is kind of tired of their shit. Each time they call for him, they either bail out at last minute or whatnot. This time's for real, but it's not. They actually killed Death with his own Grim Reaper, which was cool. But looking back on it now, why did they kill this Death? Another version of Death shows up later on, but I like the version of Death. He was so cool. Like, he looked and sounded the part. He looked old as hell, and he was just both creepy, cool, and charming at the same time. Like, I'm assuming Jeremy Carver. It seems like Jeremy Carver wanted to end the show when he was picked as showrunner. Season 8 closing gets FL. Okay, season 9 couldn't do it. This season they couldn't do it. So season 11 next season probably wanted to end it, which was like he killed Death, a big entity, a big person. But yeah, and then this sort of light goes to Dean's arm. He starts struggling. It goes out. Rowena casts a spell on Cass to go kill Crowley. She gets out. There's this cliffhanger of Cass almost killing Crowley. That's for the next season. Brothers get out to Impala, and then there's just the whole universe is breaking and shaking. All this black smoke is coming in, all building up. Dean says that Death said that this is the darkness. They go to Impala. The Impala gets stuck in this pothole, can't get out. Black smoke goes over the Impala, and that's how the season ends. Really cool. Sort of another big cliffhanger, world-ending moment where this ending was kind of like 8, not close to 8, and kind of like season 2 finale where all the demons from hell are getting out. Kind of the same feeling of just chaos and world-ending BS. Season 10 overall is pretty good. Again, small stories. I think this is a perfect example of how to do a show of 23 episodes with no big bad. There was no big bad of this season. There was small little big bads, and I think Supernatural did it not perfectly, but pretty like really good. Honestly, Sam Sam having Charlie to come in with her small story. We're finding the book Cass with Claire thing, Carly with the Rowena thing. Rowena herself is kind of a small villain. Dean with the Cole thing throughout the season. And then the overarching sort of story is the Mark Iwana. And I guess Demon Dean for 3 episodes. That was a small story as well. And so again, I really liked this season for how small it felt until the end. But it felt like a sort of focused and smaller season story. So story season. And I just really like that about season 10. So let me know what you guys think of season 10. I personally like it. Some people do, some people don't. And thank you for watching.